Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Edwin, the comic Jabroni, coming at you on this Wednesday evening. It is the 31st of October, so Halloween, guys. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys had a great Wednesday. You guys made it out to your comic shop today and picked up some awesome books. I know it was as us, comic buyers and enthusiasts like to say, the fifth week of the month. So there's not usually that many new books, and if there are, they're like more like annuals and one shots, and that's and that such. But there still were some good books out there. So I'm gonna show off a few of the books that I picked up today. They were in my sub box. There was one or two that I picked up off the wall. There were quite a few that I left there because I really wasn't that interested, honestly. I looked at them, I kind of flipped through them and thought, just not for me. Maybe in a couple weeks, if it's still there, maybe I'll pick it up if it catches my attention. This last weekend, like I had said, and if you had watched my video, my previous video, I went to Alamo City Comic Con, and after rewatching my video, I realized that I never even showed you kind of like a picture or a video of what the inside looked like. So I took a quick 15-second video of what the inside looks like, and I'm gonna drop that in right here. And as you can tell, so that video inside the Alamo Dome, the actual show floor was all the way down, kind of, on the floor, and then they let you sit up in the stands, if you wanted a break just to sit down. So that's kind of where I was to take that video. So again, Alamo City Comic Con was an awesome con. I had a great time. There were a bunch of great vendors, awesome cosplayers out there, and if you watch my video, you know that I picked up some really awesome books. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into what I picked up this week. There's not that many books, guys, but we'll start off with Independence. One image book for the week, and that is The Realm. That right there, that's the A cover. My comic shop didn't actually have the B cover. I've been subscribing to this book since the very beginning, so I have all 10 issues, and I thoroughly enjoy it. The beginning really started off like a Walking Dead type series, but instead of zombies, there's these mythical creatures and such, like ogres and dragons and things that you kind of would see in a movie, like a medieval times movie, right? But these later issues, maybe starting around issue 7, kind of got it's still like that, of course, right? Where it's Earth, but the Earth was kind of taken over by these mythical creatures. But now it's more like a Dungeons and Dragons type, where there's this little group, there's a group of these humans trying to get somewhere, and I'd have to reread it, but they're trying to get to a place, and each one of them has like a different power or a different set of skills, obviously, right? Still awesome. I love this cover. I really dug the B cover, but my comic shop just did not have it. They had this one in my sub box, and then they had 2 on the wall of this same cover, so they did not have that B cover at all. I was kind of disappointed, but still, I'm glad that I got it. So this is The Realm. As I usually do every week, I give you guys kind of like a rating of the book, right? So I go to comicbookroundup.com, and on there they do an aggregate score of all the critics online, and they also give the readers, the users, a chance to go on there and put their own review. The Realm, it just wasn't on there, right? This book came out today. I'm doing this video a little bit earlier than I usually do, and there was just no score. For me, I dug it 7.5 to 8.0. The artwork's really good inside. The story's really cool. I hope they keep going with The Realm. I hope this is a story that continues on like Walking Dead for 180, 200 issues. There's just so much that they can explore in this world. So that's it from Independence, guys. There just wasn't that many independent books that I was really looking forward to get. I know there were a couple that people are gonna say, oh, what about that Ice Cream Man, or there's the Witches, but just isn't for me, guys. Not my cup of tea. I apologize about that. Let's move on into DC. There were 3 books, honestly, that I got for DC this week. And actually there were 4 because I went into the back issues and I picked out a Batman book. And I'm going to start off with that one actually. This is Batman 700 giant size anniversary issue. That's a Finch cover. I always dug this cover, and as you know, I'm a huge Batman fan. I want to get as many Batman issues and Detective Comic issues as I can. This was one that I didn't have. They had it at a really good price, and since it is a back issue bin and I am a subscriber at my local comic shop, I get 20% off. So, you know, I got 20% off on this book. Happy to get it. I love these anniversary issues. Like I said, 600, 700, 800. I always go to get those. So, got this book, back issue, really nice cover. Moving on to the new books that came out this week. This is an actual DC and IDW, they work together to do this one. This is issue 2 of that Batman, the Max Arkham Dreams. It's a Sam Keith written, Sam Keith art. But this cover is actually done by somebody else, and I can't remember the name of the artist. I'm gonna write it down at the bottom for you. But really the only reason I got this, and if you remember from my last video that I showed you, I got issue 1, was I'm not a fan of the artwork, guys. I'm not gonna say that the artwork is ugly. For me, I'm just not a fan of it, because I know there are people out there that have a taste for Sam Keith's artwork. It's just not, I can't do it. I tried reading through this one just like I tried reading through issue 1, but the artwork was killing me, and I apologize. If you guys love Sam Keith's artwork, then you can rip me in the comments, but for me, it's just not for me. One of the biggest reasons I actually grabbed this one was because this is a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 15. I know in Midtown it's like a $12 or $15 book, but my comic shop actually had this on the wall for cover price. So I couldn't pass that up. A book that's supposed to be $15 that they had it up there for $3.99, couldn't pass it up, had to pick it up. So Batman the Max Arkham Dreams number 2. I can't give you a review because I couldn't finish reading it, and there were no reviews on Comic Book Roundup. All right, next one, Justice League Dark and Wonder Woman. This is the Witching Hour number 1. This is actually the finale of that Witching Hour storyline. This is the Federici cover, the B cover. Amazing cover, beautiful cover. Critics gave this an 8.6. You know, that's that aggregate score of all the critics online that have reviewed it. And then users and readers gave it a 7.1. Now that's, you can kind of see there's kind of a big difference there. The one thing I would say about it is I'm not a fan of how they kind of defeated Hecate. I believe that's how you say her name, the three-headed witch, the goddess. Not a fan, because all that did was it just opens up a door for another evil villain. So you got to read it to see what they did. Wasn't a fan of that, but I did love the artwork. I love how Wonder Woman kind of uses the powers in this one. I dug this whole storyline, guys. I'm not a magic fan in the DC world, in the DC universe, but I'm digging Justice League Dark, and I love Wonder Woman in her use of magic. So again, I love this. You guys should definitely check this one out. This cover is amazing too. All right. Last up for DC, I picked up this foil cover, Batman Secret Files number 1. So critics online gave it 8.0, and the readers and the users are digging this issue. They gave it a 9.5. I dug it as well. There's a bunch of different stories in here. There's probably maybe 4 different stories involving Batman. And actually, in this book, there is a first appearance, not a new character, but actually a new kryptonite. It's the Platinum Kryptonite. It's the very first story that's in here. And this kryptonite will give a human the abilities of a Kryptonian forever, right? It's not just for a day. The way Superman tells it is, in a different universe, on a different Earth, on a different Krypton, he was able to get this he was able to get this kryptonite, the platinum kryptonite, and then he gave it to Batman and said, here, Batman, all you got to do is touch it and you'll have the same powers as me. You'll be just as powerful as me. You can fight crime just like I do. And it's a really short story at the very beginning. I think it's like 2 or 3 pages maybe. And Batman's just coming from a fight where his hand is broken from punching and he's really contemplating using it. And it kind of ends there. He doesn't use it. He doesn't use it, obviously. But this opens the door for a possibility for somebody else to get this platinum kryptonite and become a Superman. So be aware that if I were you, it's a $5 price tag, but I would go out there just for that first appearance of a new kryptonite. People, there's a community out there that dig those kryptonites. So I would go get this one. I liked it too. I liked all the stories in there. It shows Batman in different lights and different takes. A bunch of different artists working on it. Would I give it a 9.5? Probably not. I'm down lower. 8.0, 8.25. Dug it though. I love Batman. I like this cover too with the foil. It's you kind of see the foil up here more than anything. Really nice. All right, guys. And there were 2 Marvel books, so let's move on to Marvel. 2 Marvel books that I picked up this week. The first one is a tie-in to Spider-Geddon. That is Spider Force #1. Now this is just the regular A cover. I didn't want to spend money on any of the incentive covers. But this one right here involves Kane, right? The second Scarlet Spider. It involves him going to these different universes and kind of making a team kind of akin to a little bit like X-Force. They're like a suicide squad that's going to go into the radioactive universe that they put the inheritors in to go and defeat one of the inheritors that actually went back to that universe to get something. So there are first appearances in this, and I'm going to show you. The first one is Spider-Kid, and I'll put an image up of Spider-Kid's, where he calls himself Spider-Kid. And then there's a first appearance of this hero, and it's another spider, but he's like in a spacesuit, and he shows up at the very end. I'm gonna put a picture up of him, but they don't name him, and I believe Astro Spider, I think, is his name. But it's really cool. They're getting this team of 5 spiders to go out there and kind of be like like X-Force, Suicide Squad. They're going on a mission where they're probably not gonna make it out alive. So definitely my pick of the 2 spider books that came out this week. I didn't get the other one, the Vault of Spiders. I read some bad reviews. This one actually didn't do too bad. Critics killed it. 6.9 from the critics, but the readers dug it. They gave it an 8.2, and I like it too. I did 8.0 from me. I really dug it. I would go get this just because it is the first appearance of those two spiders. For Spider-Kid, it's going to be a full appearance. He's in there, he's talking, he's fighting, he names himself. This one, for this Astro Spider, more than likely it's going to be a cameo because it's at the he's in one page, the full page on the back, but that's it. So I dug this Spider Force issue. All right, guys, and the last one of the week, another Marvel book. That's going to be Extermination #4. Mark Brooks cover. Critics gave it an 8.1, and readers and users gave it a 7.4. I loved it. 8.0 to 8.5. You find out a ton in this issue, and of course you would, because it's a 5-part series. So the next issue is the end, and this one ends on a crazy cliffhanger to me. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. You got to go out and read it. But I will tell you that this Cable kind of tells you in this story why he's doing what he's doing. Why did he kill the older Cable? Why is he trying to get the younger time-displaced mutants? Why is he getting them together and trying to send them back to the past? He gives you the full story, the full breakdown. I love this issue. Ahab is back with his hounds, and he's fighting the X-Men. And there's just, the cliffhanger is awesome, and I cannot wait to read issue 5. Comes out next month. So anyways, guys, that's all I picked up for this week. Not much. What was that, 5, 6 books maybe? I know there were a bunch more, and you guys down in the comments let me know, if I really should have picked up another one. I was thinking about Justice League Drowned Earth. I was thinking about Vault of Spiders. What else? There was a couple more that I just had to hold back because it didn't interest me when I kind of flipped through them. But if you guys tell me that you read them, you looked through them, and you think they were worth a pickup, I'll go back and see if they're at my local comic shop. So anyways, guys, hey, thanks for watching. I definitely have another video coming out later this week. It's gonna be a first appearance spec type video featuring one of my favorite characters. Love this character, so I wanna make a first appearance speculation video on him, kind of like I did with Miles Morales. But anyways, if this is your first time watching the Comic Jabroni, definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notified when I'm dropping videos. I'm dropping 2 to 3 videos a week now, guys. I'm loving doing this stuff for you guys. I love talking about these comics, letting you guys know what's going on with them, what to go to your local comic shops to go pick up. Hit that like button for me and write me a comment. I'm digging all these comments that I'm getting from you guys. I write back to them. I appreciate everything that anybody writes on my in the thread. Whether you agree with me or you don't agree with me, I appreciate it, and we can have a conversation about it, guys. So until next time, this has been Edwin the Comic Jabroni. Peace.